G'day, my name's Morgie Orgie, otherwise not, well, Morgie Orgie. I'm the kitchen hand, Logan Brown, and I'm the family chef. I'm just going to do a bacon egg pie today for the people of Community Connections land. Now, I'm going to tell you what's involved here. You'll need a knife, a chopping board, a casserole dish, or a pie dish, determinative, some eggs, an onion, streaky bacon. That doesn't mean to say that you have to go in the nude. Beans, parsley, salt and pepper, and pastry. Puff pastry is the best. I preheated the oven to 200. The actual fact it says 250. Yeah, it does say 200 degrees, but I've preheated it. So what you need to do is, first and foremost, is you always wash your hands. I've done that already, so that's okay. When you're cutting, and I'm sure some of you guys have got disabilities in your hands, don't, if you do or don't already, just make sure that your fingers are intact like that. Because when you're cutting whatever vegetable, it doesn't matter what it is, if you're cutting, I'll give you an example. To do that, what you do is you cut away from the onion, like so. That's a nice cut. So that's the head of the onion that I've cut perfectly. And you peel away like so. That is a whole onion. Now to dice it, you go like that. Again, inwards. That's a whole onion done. And then you slice it like that. It's like an umbrella. And the more you cut it, the more small it becomes. Because if you leave big bits and small bits, they're not cut in little dices. It doesn't evaporate into the bacon egg pie. Put it aside for now into this lovely bowl that I bought a few weeks ago. There's a trick to this. Get the old chocolate board. Wipe it like that. Making sure that every little bit on it, including what you may have left on the table. So here you have oil. You can also use sunflower oil, or, well, I suppose it's as good as the oil is any to use. So I can try it. So just get the oil out. And tip it in just a little dab. There you go. And the idea is, you swish it around like that. Get the oil. I've got a pastry brush, but this is probably just as quicker. Right, that's done. You get the old pastry out. You need 2 sheets. One for the bottom, one for the top. Nice and gently. Now, as I said, you can either use a pastry brush or a bit of paper towel, but don't wipe too much off. Don't wipe too much off. Just make sure you've got enough to go on the edges. There's enough oil in there to make the pie not sticky. So you'll put this in like so. Salt, not the foul herb, no, that's alright. You just sort of do that. Make sure it's over the edge, like so. Try not to wreck it. There you go. Now this is going to be a healthy meal. Push it against the wall there of the dish. Now I've got a pair of scissors here. And what you need to do is you need to cut that up, or bacon. What I call a naked bacon. I can say that because I'm gay. You probably need about, well, I don't know, probably a whole lot if you want to. just cut it up, just a bit like the old onion. Cut it up like so, and do much the same thing as I did with the onion. That's just about right out to it, I think. Okay, put the bacon in like this. Making sure it's all around the bowl, so you can leave enough room for what's going to go in next. There you go. It's like making a wall, but we're going Trump, so to make the wall for Mexican people. That's not a matter. Now, in here is the onion I chopped. And you just throw it all in, so. As I said, I'm going to make it a healthy bacon egg pie. So what you do now is you just cut the beans like that, in small bits like that. I'm not going to do what I did with the onion and the bacon. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. Just put them in like that, make it healthy. Then you get the old frozen beans I bought from the supermarket. I'm going to put this cup of beans into the bacon egg pie. Voila. Like so. Now, they may be a bit frozen, but that doesn't matter because the warmth of the oven will get to that, will defrost the frozen beans. I'm going to put the eggs in. You need at least 4. I would suggest look very carefully when you're with your support workers to get free-range eggs. Do not get caged hen eggs. That is downright cruelty. Get free-range. These are free-range eggs. That means the hens are running loosely. But it's better that way. They get the free-range eggs like my grandfather used to have in Hokitika. Get a hen coop. You crack 1 egg, making sure the eggshell doesn't go in, but if there is, doesn't matter. Like so. Enough eggs to sink about it. Make sure it's nice and hard. Separate the eggs. By the way I separate, I mean make sure there's enough eggs around the inside the bowl. So I have done just now. Grab the fork because you just need to gently do that. That's all you need to do. Because you've got the bacon, your onion, your beans, your eggs, your pastry. That's all you need to do. What you can do if you wanted to, whatever spices you've got, herbs in your kitchen. Well, you put parsley in. I don't know if we want to put omega in it, but it's up to you. Or nutmeg. Just put a little bit of sprinkle of old parsley in, like that. Again, you just add a bit of flavour, a bit of spice, herb-wise. Don't burn it too much. Bit of salt, like so, not too much. A bit of pepper. This is white pepper, but same thing. And there you go. There you go. Scatter. The difference between white pepper is, if you get standard pepper, probably makes it a bit more sneezy, a bit more pepper. It's all the same thing anyway. Put that down there for now, and you get this, and you put that on top like so. And you just squeeze in like that. Try, well, it may not be as tight, but don't let that bother you. And then what you may have to do is you get the fork that you used, and you prick around, preferably more so in the centre than anywhere else, like so. That lets the air breathe in and out, just like someone having a heart attack. You've got to give them air to breathe as well as out. If you don't let that person having a grand mal fit or heart attack, that person's going to die anyway. So don't suggest you prick them. You just let them breathe. And I don't mean breathe heavily, but breathe like this. And then the way to be cooking as opposed to making your pie. See the top part? Again, it's up to you. Get that beam in there. Go away. Not you, Mr. Cameraman. And then you just seal in like that. And I think, if necessary, I could use those scissors if I want to, but I don't know if I want to actually. But there's a loose end right there. And again on this side. Oh! See? Always be wary. Gotta have good reflexes. This oven is, I've had for 8 years and it cooks quickly. Believe you me, I have cooked a few things in this oven. It's not farm baked, it's just generally baked. Just traditionally wise. Like the old Kiwi way. Yeah, right, mate. So put the bacon egg pie in, like so. For 30 minutes. I quote, and I cannot stress anything along with that. 30 minutes, okay? And leave it in the oven for 30 minutes. I have got a timer, but the blooming thing broke on me 8 years ago, so that's neither here nor there. So just be cool, go and have a shandy or whatever, and speak to your boyfriends or girlfriends and wait for the bacon egg pie to cook. Yeah, when you take the pie out, just make sure it's either golden brown and it's cooked properly. And you can have it with as many friends as you want. Make sure it's cut in slices. Or you can even double the recipe than I just what I was done. You could add 20 eggs if you wanted to. No problem to me, I'm not offended. And if you've got friends coming around for dinner or lunch or whatever the case may be, or even for your support workers, if they're running hungry or running late or whatever, you have a cup of tea and garnish the bacon egg pie with a bit of carrot, celery, pepper, slice those peppers up with a bit of chutney and add some chutney. I know that you guys are on budgets, but just go with your support workers and advise them and say, look, I wanted some lunch with you guys. I made a bacon egg pie, or I made this, I made that. Just get the chutneys within your budget range and just add that chutney with whatever you see fit to go with the bacon egg pie once it comes out of the oven. And then harmonise. Happy eating. This is Morgie Orgie signing off. Tina katoa. Samode. Arera.